Okay, we're back to finish chapter 1. This is my son, Chris.
Hi.
He heard me reading the story, so now he's interested in it. Okay, so we left off on page 12. Here's a picture of page 12. We have Frankenstein sleeping in bed, because remember he fell asleep, he was so tired. And then, who's this? The monster. Look how tall and big he is. What would you do if you saw someone like that over the top of you when you were sleeping? I'd freak out. Okay.
I'd probably run down to the kitchen and be like, bye, I'm gonna go get some food, bye.
That's pretty calm. I don't think I would be that calm. I would be pretty scared.
Well, no, I'd be running.
Yeah, I would be running too. Okay, so let's begin. Top of page 12. Perhaps I may have slept an hour. I don't know. But then a sound wakened me. I looked up. There was something standing by my bed. It was bending over me. The monster! It was making noises. Baby noises. What are baby noises? Like goo goo gaga.
Yeah, something like that.
Like not words. There was a smile on its frightening face. A baby smile. It was coming closer with its oozy eyes. I jumped off the other side of the bed, but the door was behind the monster. I would have to pass the horrid thing to escape. Horrid means awful and terrible, like disgusting. The monster reached out to touch me, as if I were its father. I couldn't stand it. My jacket was hanging on a hook nearby. I pulled it off and threw it in the monster's face. Those awful yellow eyes were covered. I ran to the door, into the hall, down the stairs. There was another door. I pushed it open. Then a gate. I pushed that too. Now I was away from the house. I kept running and running and running. Was it behind me? Was it chasing me? I wouldn't look back. I couldn't look back. I couldn't stand the thought of its touching me, looking at me. But I could not keep going on. My eyes rolled in my head. Everything began to turn upside down in front of me. And suddenly, I smashed into something. It was my very good friend, Clerval. "My dear Victor," he exclaimed, "what is the matter?" So before Frankenstein ran into his friend, his eyes rolled in the back of his head. He was about to faint because his head was like cloudy. He couldn't even imagine what was going on. Okay, turn to the next page, page 14. So you see here, there's a picture of Frankenstein with his friend Clerval. He's on the ground, and you can tell, here's the picture of the monster. It's stuck in the head of Frankenstein because he was so scared. That's his friend. "Save me! Oh, save me!" I cried. "Save you from what?" he asked. Nothing," I said. For how could I tell him about the monster? About the thing I made? "But you look so ill. What happened to you? What are you afraid of?" "Don't ask me. You must not know. Do you hear me, Clerval?" But just then I thought I saw the thing. There was nothing there. But I must have been out of my head. "It's here! It's here!" I shouted, and I grabbed hold of my friend. "Don't let it touch me! Oh, don't let it come near me!" "Victor, Victor!" shouted my friend. "Don't be afraid. I will take care of you. Look, I'm chasing it away." See, his friend Clerval was kind of laughing at him because he's like, there's nobody there. And so Frankenstein thinks he sees him. So when he said he was out of my head, that means he's very confused, like crazy. Loco.
Out of his head or something, like crazy.
Yeah, like a crazy guy.
Like a thing or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, next page, 16. Clarval made believe that he drew a sword. Ha ha! He cut the air with it as if he were fighting someone who was really there. Cha, 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 like that, right? Like a sword. Let's do a sword fight. Ready?
Yeah.
There was no swords. He was just joking. So, Victor, do you see? Look, I have killed it. It's dead, Victor. I have killed it. He's playing along. For a moment, I believed him. That moment was enough. For then, a darkness came over me, a darkness without dreams, and I fell to the ground. So this story, you keep hearing I, because it's being told in first person by Frankenstein. So the scientist himself is telling the story, not the monster, not anyone else, but Frankenstein. And Frankenstein is not the name of the monster. It is the name of the scientist. So I want you to think about these questions and then answer them. Question number 1, character. The monster thought he was a baby, and Victor was his father. What does this show about the monster? Think about this question. Babies, when they're first born, they're very new. They don't know how to speak. They don't know how to feed themselves. They don't know how to use the toilet. You know, they're babies. So this monster, although he was this big, giant looking man, he was a baby in his head, okay? Number 2, viewing. Look at the picture on page 15. How does it help you understand Victor's feelings of fear? Now, who is Victor?
The scientist.
The scientist. His name is Victor Frankenstein. So, page 15 was this page when he was acting crazy with his friend Clarval. And in his head, he kept thinking that the monster was chasing him. So, how does this help you understand Victor's feelings of fear? We're going to stop there. That's the end of chapter 1. Don't forget to do your assignments.